What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Darkseid. Now, this one is a mega fig, and I think it was exclusive to a couple sites. I don't think it was going to be everywhere. But this is him in a more classic look, and I don't think I've seen like a perfect Darkseid yet. I've been looking for a really good Darkseid. There's always something lacking: articulation, size, the sculpt. Just haven't been able to find like the perfect one. But from promo images, this one looked really close. I don't think it's perfect. That is a McFarlane figure. I think they always get like super close, and they could absolutely push it to become like the best version of a character. I think I've mentioned that with like Doomsday or some of the other figures I reviewed. But this one is still pretty close. I'm curious to see how he is. We'll get him open and check him out. All right, so here's Darkseid outside of the packaging, and he looks pretty cool. I like the color choice of that blue. Sometimes you'll see it like a bluish purple, that sort of thing, but I think this is pretty cool and pretty nice for like a classic look. This version does come with his cape. For accessories, he's got this open hand on him. He's got a fist. You've got a fist to replace that open hand, so you can have two fists. And then you've got a pointing finger, which is pretty nice. I like that. You know, telling his little minions where to go. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Not too bad. The fist sculpt looks a little soft, but I think it matches the rest of his gloves and everything like that. Then you've got this alternate head, because on him he's got his lasers coming out of his eyes, his beams. His little omega beams. We've got this nice little head sculpt here. Look at this detail in there. You can see all the little line work in the head. Looks pretty cool. Got nice shading in there around the eyes. And just a nice sculpt. That's pretty cool. One thing that's, I guess, hard for people to get with Darkseid, I won't say get, there's so many different styles, is the helmet going around his head. Sometimes it can go around the chin. Sometimes it comes a little bit further down the forehead. It's all, artist interpretation. So that's another thing that leads you to like trying to find the best version. Somebody might say this is the absolute perfect version. Some might disagree. It just depends on what you're looking for. And of course, he comes with a stand that I'm probably never going to use. Then we got the figure himself. So just looking at the figure himself, he looks pretty nice. He's got this sculpted detail in here and the texturing. So you got the veins, you've got this rock-like texture sort of thing. Not bad. I think it could have used a little bit more of a wash to make it a little bit more gray. Got his gloves. Of course, you got his Omega Beam head. Not bad. It would have been cool to have some beams that like plug in and then do the zigzag, kind of chase you around sort of thing. That would have been pretty nice. Got silver on the D for the Darkseid. He's got this shiny cape. It is wired all the way around. There's underneath it. Nice sculpt back there. I'm not a fan of the cape. This looks nice. I just, I don't care for it. A little bit softer rubber. This is actually a little stiffer than most other pieces. Nice sculpt coming up the thigh. And that nice blue. No real paint in there to like kind of bring anything out. So it looks pretty nice though. All right, for articulation, his head looks down about that far. Not bad. Looks up. Not so much. Does look down more than anything. He does kind of tilt just a little bit. Will turn a little stiff. One issue I was having already is with the arms here. So no bicep cut, which I hate. I want that bicep cut. I think they really need it. I don't even think they put the peg in the elbow. It's just a single hinge, I think. But one of the issues I had was when you move this arm, it just falls out of the socket. Like super easy. There's nothing wrong in there. It is a little shiny around here. So maybe I might have to put something on the end of this, like a little dab of glue, to make it a little bit tighter in there. It just pops right in. But yeah, it just pops right out. And that goes for both sides. Super easy. So when you're going to pose it, it just falls out. So I don't know how anybody else is going to feel about that. Was this guy a Build-A-Figure before? I don't know. So you got the single hinge elbow pinned. Does not rotate in there at all. So that sucks. You get no rotation from here down. Zero. That sucks. That's terrible. Because you can't do like a proper, oh, there it is. All right. So there we get the rotation in the elbow. And you still can't really do a proper looking punch because guess what? That bicep's not turning. So it looks weird. You can get an uppercut in there, I guess. Have him posing like he's charging up, something like that. But man, yeah. He's got a ball waist. Hear everything squeaking in there. Legs go out about that far. Rotation up top, but I wish it was down low. Cut that sculpt right there and let everything just kind of flow around, because right up top you don't get that much range out of there for rotating it to making things look more natural. Now going back and forward, I'm gonna push this as far forward as you're going. That's about it. Splits about that far. Again, no cut down here. I wish there was. Double jointed, pinned knees that bend pretty good. Peg, hinge, pivot, everything for the ankle. And then toe joint. He feels like super light for being a bigger figure. You know, I think most people want their big figures to feel really heavy. But I think they nail the look while keeping it light because it feels, you know, it's like hollow. That's the way it feels. Like if you drop this thing, it's going to crack in half or something. That's what it feels like. But, and of course, the arms will pop off probably whenever it hits the ground or something. I don't know. But again, there's nothing wrong with the socket in there or this ball, so I don't know. That is his articulation. I don't know how crazy we're going to be able to get with him. All right, so when you take the head, you're just going to pop it off. You got this cape here, and you can see that it kind of plugs in here behind that emblem. Pretty sure a little heat can get this off of there, which I'm not sure if I'll do. I probably will. I'm probably going to get rid of the cape. It's a nice cape. It's a nice look. The look I have for Darkseid does not include that cape, though. I don't really care for it myself. But then what do you do with this? I might just plug that back in, or I might try to fill it in and then maybe find like a shade of blue to match it. I don't know. But that is the peg you get. And there's a couple poses that you want him to be able to do. A couple looks that you want out of Darkseid. Just snap this head on in there. All right, so that's the other head on him, which I'm probably going to keep that one on. And one pose you want Darkseid to be able to hit is where he has his hands behind his back. And I don't think this looks that good. I mean, if you had that upper bicep rotation, it would help a lot. Right now, you're doing everything at the elbow. And I mean, just look how far back out those elbows pop when you're trying to rotate it to get it behind his back. That just doesn't look good. Like at all. That looks weird. Looks like he has some kind of growth coming out of his elbows or something. Just doesn't look right. Doesn't look natural. So pretty strange. Definitely won't be doing that. Probably just hands down by your side. And of course, here is his pointing finger. So yeah, that's it for pretty much his accessories and his articulation and what I could really get out of this guy. And he definitely needs some more heat and stuff to kind of loosen up some of those joints. But he's also a larger figure, so you don't want to be too loose, or they'll be doing the splits or falling all over the place. He's pretty much the way I see my mega figs and stuff like that. That style, that size, are like for being imposing. They're gonna be standing around in a cool pose, just looking massive, intimidating, that sort of thing. So for our first comparison, we've got the McFarlane Darkseid with the Beast Kingdom Darkseid, and then we've got the Storm Collectibles Darkseid. Now I used to have the Mezco Darkseid. I let that one go. It looked really good, but it was lacking um, articulation that I wanted, that I think was necessary. Almost on par with this guy a little bit, but he just kind of, I don't know, he was just lacking. And I think another part of it that killed me with that one is he didn't have the size. I think Darkseid should be a lot larger of a figure and really imposing. So I had to let that one go. And then I think the DCUC, the old Build-A-Figure, that one was really nice, but he was undersized now. You got the Beast Kingdom one that has this new 52 style look, which I think looks really good. They didn't really execute it that well. You've got these weird parts on the wrist, just kind of floating. I don't like it. Same thing with his legs, like his shin armor. You got this weird thing going on that floats around. It gets annoying. He does have light up features though, but looking at these two together, I'm actually kind of surprised that they're about the same height. I thought for some reason I was thinking maybe Beast Kingdom was going to be a little bit larger, off the top of my head. But yeah, end up this McFarlane one seems to be a little bit more beefier than this guy, which is pretty nice. But this guy has more articulation. You can see the bicep cut. You can see the double jointed elbows. He just got this floating skirt piece that I don't like. He can do some pretty cool stuff, pretty cool poses. Look at that, double jointed knees. That one does too. Go pretty far back. You've got this like a ab crunch sort of thing going here. That's an automatic win. I mean, that's awesome. Look at that. Looking down at somebody. And then you can get those awesome like punching poses. Head sculpt is okay. He's got the chin part that I do like on Darkseid. He doesn't have anything across the top. This guy has just the front face coming out. Just a real classic look. So you got classic 52 Injustice video game look. This guy is awesome. He's as far as like height, but I don't know. The more I spent with this guy, he just doesn't do it for me anymore. The more I messed with him, I was just like, I don't care for it that much. Not the look that I want. Articulation is great. I think he moves the best and feels the best probably out of all of them. Just not quite it. Just the look. I mean, they nailed the look for the game, but it's not my Darkseid, I need one of these two looks. I love these two looks. That classic one is the look that I definitely want. And even something just past the classic, just still the classic, the one that has a little skirt thing that comes down across the bottom, that's the one that I would really want. That look, that style. This guy comes with an Omega Beam head, which the eyes are kind of hollowed out so you can plug in Omega Beams. This one did not come with Omega Beams. He has the effect coming from the eyes. This one came with another head sculpt also that you could connect Omega Beam eyes to. But he also came with one that has sparking eyes, kind of like this classic one. So I'll put that on there so we can take a look and see. As a matter of fact, this is also the head. So he's got, let me see, two head sculpts. He's got an extra one in there in the package. So these, effects would come out. And we'll get a little closer look at that. So this is what this guy's looks like. Oh, we've seen the other one. So not bad, but just not the look that I wanted. If I could have got this guy with that look or any of those looks, I think I would have been so much happier. So yeah, they've made different Darkseids. I still don't think they've made the perfect one though. This one's pretty close getting there. This one was kind of close in its own way also. So yeah, still on the hunt for my perfect Darkseid, and one that I think is out there. Here we got him next to a couple of other Megafigs. So we got Bane, who's about the same height as him, and then we got Doomsday, who's just a little bit taller. Width-wise, I'd say they're all probably about the same. The sculpting on Bane and Doomsday is just like next level. They look absolutely perfect, but they are also lacking that upper bicep cut, which is where I hated it. And they could have used a thigh cut. Those two joints would have added so much to these guys, taking them to a whole other level. And they didn't come with any extra hands either. Well, Darkseid came with alternate hands, the pointy finger, and that made sure he had fists. So pretty crazy in that way. But yeah, size-wise, all pretty similar, which I thought Doomsday was going to dwarf them a little bit. And if we're going to do Darkseid, we got to do Superman. And this is my favorite Superman figure in my collection. This is the Mezco, I believe, Man of Steel version. It comes in the tin can. Just an awesome Superman figure. I love the look, and it comes with so much being a Mezco figure. All the different hands and heads, and just like the color. Probably my absolute favorite. I wonder if they'll take another crack at him at some point. But yeah, look at that scale. You got Darkseid pretty much dwarfing him, which I love. I love that Darkseid is that much bigger than him. I kind of feel like he should be. It's intimidating. Looking down at him. Just so awesome. Superman standing in its way. Just really cool. And then to see these guys kind of like, fight each other, really awesome. So they got like the ultimate clash. Yeah, overall, I think this figure is, I think it's just okay. I don't, like the arms keep popping out. Y'all see that. The gray on it could have had a little bit more of a wash to make it look a little more stony and that sort of thing. I don't care for the cape that much. The heads and joints, some of it is, even though it's been warmed up and stuff, it still was pretty difficult to kind of maneuver. That's a hit and miss because I do like stiffer joints on larger figures. That way they don't just collapse over time. I just think it's okay. I think it needed more articulation, just a little bit more love in this figure. So yeah, I'm still on the search for like the best Darkseid figure. I think the old Matty figures, the Mattel ones, the DCUC, the Build-A-Figure, I think that one had a really good look, but it's just undersized now. So yeah, still in that quest for the best Darkseid. That was pretty much my little complaints, I guess. It's cool that he came with hands, different hands, expressive ones. Could have used some different Omega beams. It's cool that he comes with the effect on that head sculpt. So it's nice that he came with two head sculpts. Um, so yeah, pretty much just an okay figure. He's just gonna be a stand in there. Not the best. Um, so somebody else out there could still knock this out. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. Hopefully you saw enough to decide whether you want to try to hunt this thing down or not. I don't know if it. I think it was exclusive, but who knows what it's like in the aftermarket. So yeah, that's it for this. I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.